Good morning, Glenn Wassmer coming to you live. Pretty early, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I was up and I have been having some really positive, amazing results using a product called celery juice. I did a video on Wyman's Wild Blueberries, and that was because I've been watching some videos by a guy named Anthony William. He's not necessarily a doctor, but he has really kind of shattered the health industry with what he's learned about foods and processing and dealing with undiagnosed chronic diseases and all these different things. But at the core of all of his recipes for cleaning out the body, getting to the bottom of the undiagnosed illnesses and all. He has food recipes, but they all start with his, I know I didn't flip the camera around because I didn't want to be confused, but it's called the Omega Juicer. And there's two product names down there, or model numbers, I'm sorry. It's J8006 HDS and the J8006 HDC. I'm not sure exactly which one I have behind me, but this is what it looks like. I've tried some other juicers off of Amazon, and when you put a stalk of celery in it, the thing would be twisting, and I just returned them all. This is definitely a little pricey, but well worth it. It's a beautiful piece of equipment. It's stainless steel. It looks gorgeous, functions gorgeous, and I don't see having any problems with this in the future at all. So what I wanted to do is just give you a quick breakdown of the product and the juicing. So this is the base of the juicing unit, the Omega JD 8006 HDS or HDC. I'm going to assemble it just to show you how easy it is. There's some components to it. There is the auger, which actually, this is called a slow masticating juicer. If you use juicers with the blades, those blades actually heat up as you're pushing your juices through. And the three things that affect the quality of fresh foods are light, heat, and air. And when you use a blade, a centrifugal blade or whatever they call it, that blade can actually generate heat and zap some of the nutrients. This is a solid piece of plastic, and it's referred to as a slow masticating juicer. So I'm just going to show you the parts. You have the juicing unit. You have the your basic unit that plugs in. You know what? Let's just assemble it. So you take your primary unit here. This is going to stick up, and this locks into the system. So we are open now. I've slipped that in, and you just flip this knob, and it gives it a nice, good, tight lock. Then you take your auger, and you just simply place your auger in there and gently insert it. And now I heard that click, so I know that it's tight. So the next thing is this little screen. This is what gets all the pulp out, and this is a screen as well. This is probably the hardest thing to clean, but they give you a little industrial toothbrush to get in there and scrub things out, once you're done juicing, and it works really well. It's nice and clean. I've been using it for a month or so, and I'm having great results with my health loss, my weight loss. One thing I'm trying to get away from is coffee, and I love coffee just as much as the next guy, but it's so acidic. And I don't care if you do low acid, I don't care if you're doing decaf, coffee is very acidic. And at the core of all of our illnesses are inflammation, which is caused by acid. And we put so many acids in our vinegars and our coffees, and there's just so much acid out there that the more you try to get to an alkaline base, the better off you are. So we've inserted the auger, we've locked this in. Next comes our piece, which simply locks in. And when you see that little nub sticking out, that you know you're doing okay. So this is the trickier part. I lost 10 minutes of my life. This thing slips on, but it goes counterclockwise. Because the auger goes clockwise, this goes counterclockwise, so there's no possibility of it coming loose during the process. But it's really, really super easy to assemble. So now we have this. This is basically just a catcher for when you're running your celery through, and I'll show you how to do that. This is a plunger for pushing your celery through. This is the juice catcher, and this is just a grate that they send. They give you all kinds of attachments where you can do spaghetti squash, not using spaghetti squash, but regular squash and making a spaghetti out of it. It's not necessarily made for this part, but I like it in there because it strains out more of the pulp. I drink probably a quart of celery juice on Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. So I slip this under there, and you can see it's got this little indent, and that's the way the machine's shaped down here for that indent. So I just take this, I slip it in. This is the Pulp Catcher, nothing more, nothing less. So I did this wrong. No, I didn't. So now that's all in line. You've got your industrial scrubber and you got your plunger. You just really take a head of lettuce. I've done 4 stalks this morning. They say the juice lasts roughly 24 hours. So you just hack off the bottom of your celery, throw it in your compost pile or whatever. And then I've rinsed everything off so that it's nice and clean, and you get all the dirt off, and you will as you go through the. Hi, Julie. Good morning. And you basically just turn on your machine, and this is really a key to my recent weight loss. Learning how to be hungry and all, but it's a slow masticating juicer, so you can do multiple stalks at a time. But you can see that after a bit, this thing will just feed itself. So I know I'm out of the shop, but I really want you to see how the juicer's working. And yeah, I'll basically do 2 stalks for a quart of juice, which I'll drink this morning. And then I've done a second stalk because I'll fill it up and put it into the refrigerator tomorrow morning. Right after I'm done here, and then I'll have that tomorrow morning. This takes about a half hour once you're on top of your game, just to take the celery, chop it off, wash it off, and then push it all into this system. So I don't know that I'm going to do all of this, but let's just do some. I want you again to just catch how it's a self-feeding mechanism, and it'll just keep drawing that celery down. And if you ever get stuck, like right now it's spinning, you can just give that a little love and give it a push, and it'll feed itself right in there. Or use your next stalk of celery and push that through. So it's the slow masticating juicer. So you can see, so let's just turn this off and then we'll stop the video. But you can see that the pulp is coming right out of here, and it goes into this bin. This is surprisingly very, very dry. There's not much moisture in there at all. This thing does a phenomenal job at the juicing. And this is your end product. What did I do with mine? Here we go. I just want you to see the color of it. But that is the color of your celery juice. And this is roughly a pint. I'll just take a sip of that. But it's delicious. It cleanses, it makes you feel great. I feel so much better. I have so much more energy. I'm walking more steps. It's a detox agent. The first thing that Anthony Williams says when you do is you wake up in the morning, you take a 16-ounce glass of water and put a few drops of lemon in there. Don't overdo it with the lemon. But when you drink that first, and you give yourself 30 minutes before you do anything else, it really helps stimulate your vital organs and get things moving for you. And I'll tell you what, I just love that. I use it in my smoothies now. I mean, you want to talk about low calorie. People freak out that I'm using it in my smoothies. Yeah, think of it. Have you ever had a salad and how much different it is with blueberries and raspberries, mulberries, blackberries, cherries, strawberries, whatever you like? I'll tell you what, that's what your smoothie tastes like. Just like a delicious salad. I still put my half a banana in there. Whatever you want to do, whatever your favorites are. But I like this. This is the celery juice video. It is the Omega JD H1006. I know that Anthony Williams sold them out on Amazon, and they've been out of stock for about 6 weeks. So you might have to go to the Omega machine or the Omega product website. But that's my video. I just thought I'd share the slow masticating celery juicer, the difference that it's made in my life, the difference it can make in your life. As always, check with your physician first if you're on a program or medications. But this is working, man. I was up at 6 o'clock bouncing out of bed, which didn't happen to me when I was doing coffee. I've cut my coffee in half, if not eliminated 2 days of the week. And I'm working on more. So I wish you a wonderful day. I missed my video yesterday. I'm including this as my yesterday video, and I'll do a video later on this afternoon. I love you. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy it. Be kind to others. God loves you. So do I. Have a great day.